Zurdo Ramirez versus Sullivan Barrera happening tomorrow night on the Zone. That's a co-main with, I believe this is the headliner. The co-main is Jojo Diaz versus Fortuna, which is the fight to watch tomorrow night. Even odds. Jojo Diaz stepping up to 135 to fight a guy with pop. Love that fight. But this is also on this card. And Zurdo Ramirez at 175 is intriguing. He's intriguing. Will he be able to? You will have the same questions with him that we have Jojo Diaz stepping up to 135. With Jojo Diaz, will he be able to do at 135 what he was able to do at 126, 130? With Zurdo Ramirez, will he be able to do at 175 what he was able to do at 168? A guy 41-0, 27 knockouts, but hasn't been tested too much throughout his career. Doesn't have that big win on his resume. And he's stepping up to 175 to fight there are sharks in that division. Sullivan Barrera is not one of them. He's stepping up to 175. He's going to fight Sullivan Barrera. This is his second fight at 175, I believe, in Zurdo Ramirez. So he's still fresh to the division. There are still a lot of question marks with Ramirez in this division. Depending on what rankings you look at, he's somewhere between 6 and 8, right outside that top 5 as of right now. It's hard to tell because he just hasn't done much at 175. We don't have much to go off of. But it seems about right now. But you have killers in that division. Bivol, Bitterbeef. You got Kovalev still lurking in the top 5. And also you got Canelo flirting with moving to 175. In 175, 168, moving back and forth. So Canelo's there as well. You got some real sharks in and around the division. So will Zurdo Ramirez be able to translate to 175 and fit in with these guys at the top of that division? That's yet to be seen. We still need to see Zurdo Ramirez step up in competition. And this is not that. He's a heavy betting favorite in this fight, minus 800. 41-0, 27 KOs. He's an undefeated fighter, but hasn't been tested much throughout his career. 6'2.5", 75-inch reach, southpaw. So he's a big guy with nice reach and a southpaw. So can be a tough guy to fight, a tough matchup for anybody. Sullivan Barrera is 22-3, 6'2", 73-inch reach. So about the same size, these two guys. 14 KOs. Although Zurdo's a little bigger, a little tall. I was looking at the weigh-in. He's a little taller than Barrera. 14 KOs and 22 victories. Lost 2 out of his last 3 and hasn't fought in over 2 years. That's the key stat you got to look at. All right? There's a reason Zurdo is in there with Barrera in this fight. He's testing the waters at 175, so they don't want to put him in there tough. Sullivan Barrera years ago was a guy that they put Andre Ward in there with to get him back going, to get his feet back wet in a comeback fight. He's the type of guy that elite fighters should beat, and should beat easy. That's the type of guy Sullivan Barrera is. Just ring rust, man. Hasn't fought in over 2 years. Lost the last two out of his 3. A guy that Zurdo Ramirez should beat, and should beat easily going away. So I see that being that type of fight. I think the odds are right. I think Zurdo should be a heavy favorite in this fight and should win this going away. I think this is a type of fight where he should win 10, 11 rounds, and I think he's going to bore the public in the process, unfortunately, because I just don't think this is going to be a very entertaining fight. And that's nothing against Zurdo Ramirez. He has things going for him. But the questions that we need answered from Zurdo Ramirez are not going to be answered in this fight, unfortunately. Sullivan Barrera is just not that type of opposition that's going to get questions answered. We need him to step up against top 5 guys at 175 to start to get these questions answered. That's what we need from Zurdo Ramirez, and hopefully he starts doing that, man. 41 fights in, this is his 42nd fight. We need him to step up in opposition and get that resume going. So Zurdo Ramirez, a guy who the eye test checks out, southpaw, nice boxer, uses his height and range and reach well, but we need him to step up to see if he can hold off these killers in the ring. So Zurdo Ramirez, I think he'll beat Sullivan Barrera going away. Wide unanimous decision in this one. Y'all let me know how y'all see this fight playing out. God bless. Peace.